So, okay. Recap from last session. Once again, I used the great power of AI to help me clean it up and write it in a funny way. But using my own notes, I do take notes.
Ever
So-
the intrepid adventurers.
Yeah. Okay. So, recap from last session. So, upon returning to Phandalin, with Gwyn Orsong and the Shard in tow, you found yourselves immersed in a flurry of activities. Aetherion took a moment to catch up with Borber, learning of their plans to head back home down south with a new tribe. However, troubling news emerged as Borber mentioned Zargo was not feeling well. Concerned, Aetherion resolved to investigate further. Eravin, in the quiet moments before slumber, received a letter from the Harpers, a whisper of intrigue amidst the stillness of the night. Meanwhile, Guthrie lingered around the Alderley farm, exchanging words with Cyril and gaining insight into Thaladirian's journey to pick up his family. Ishtar, with Eravin's assistance, delved into his medicine training, honing the art of suturing deep wounds, a skill that may prove invaluable in the trials ahead. But as the day drew to a close, darkness descended upon our hero's path. Aetherion, drawn by a sense of foreboding, ventured out to Zargo and Borber's camp, only to spy a cloaked figure disappearing into the woods. Following their trail, Aetherion stumbled upon Zargo, stricken with illness. Borber revealed that Zargo had fallen ill after consuming something that glowed green, a grim omen of darker forces at play. Before he could uncover more, Aetherion was ambushed and rendered unconscious, the mysteries of the woods looming ever closer. And so, dear adventurers, our tale takes a sinister turn. As shadows deepen and secrets unravel, let us steel ourselves for the trials ahead, for in the darkness, true heroes emerge.
I'm sorry, he ate something glowing green? I wasn't told that.
No, that was a mistake from my notes and the AI, because I talked about the orc shaman eating something green, and it merged that with Zargo.
Like, the whole time I was like, I'm hella suspicious of these dudes. But he never said anything, tipping over the edge. If he said, oh, I ate this glowing green rock, I'd be like...
Kill him!
It's radioactive.
Yeah, so just ignore that piece. So for our start, I'm going to kind of rewind just a little bit. So first, Ishtar, in the middle of the night, you are awakened by a quick, sharp pain in your thigh. As you wake up, you see a goblinoid creature hunched over you, a green ethereal blade extending from their hand, plunged in the spot where you feel the pain. As you feel the physical pain to your body, a piercing headache starts to form. You take, unfortunately, 11 points of psychic damage. The goblin looks to you as if to say something, but you notice its face changed almost into a confused look. You hear it say, "You're no orc," but before it can finish the last word, you see a hand quickly cover its mouth while a blade slices its throat. Black viscous blood seeps out as it falls lifeless to the floor. You see a familiar face, Gilana, one of the female lead soldiers from your home in the Underdark. What would you like to do?
What are you doing here?
After she removes her hand and lets the goblin fall to the ground, she looks at you kind of in the same vein, confused but also like inquisitive, and gets closer, and she goes, I thought you were dead. Why? Where have you been?
I left my mother's wrath. I couldn't deal with it after what happened with my dad, and I just had to seek revenge for the hag. And it happened. We killed it.
You left without saying anything. None of us knew where you went. We haven't heard from you or anything, and one of the other sisters has tried to reach out to you, but has said she hasn't received anything back. Have you been getting her call, like her calls out at all?
little while ago, I received a voice in my head that told me about returning to the House of Tuin, but I kind of never really thought of, I guess, going back yet.
Oh, well, things have changed since you left. The old mother was overthrown by one of the sisters, and we've started changing our ways of the cutthroat, backstabbing evil that we used to do. We're trying to restructure Drow in general to be more oriented as a unit rather than against each other all the time. We've started a society called the Pentaveret Society, and we've actually linked with some of the other houses who are interested in this way of life, and we've been trying to reach you, hoping that you would come and be a part of the family again. You said you've defeated a hag or something?
The hag that took my father's life, we've ended it, or what I think. And I have its head. Do I still have its head? Out of character.
I know you threw it at someone, then you picked it back up. I would assume you still have this head just in your bag somewhere. Or I guess it could be in your room, like if you've had it perched in the room somewhere, maybe.
Can I just have it as like one of those heads in a jar?
Sure, works for me.
It's a shrunken head.
So, I'll kind of, it's on my nightstand. I'll just like pick it up and I'll kind of just hand it to her. And
As you hand her the head, where most people, would be disgusted with being given a head, let alone a specific hag's head, which is fairly grotesque. She kind of takes it in stride. It doesn't faze her. And what you kind of remember of specifically Gilana, she was one of those sisters. So in the hierarchy of House Tuin, you have the matron mother, who's the top, followed then by the priestesses. So a group of female priestesses of Loth, who are kind of the next in command. Then you have the weapons master, who is usually the matron mother's husband, which is one of the only male drow who's in charge in a drow house. Followed then by the female sorceress and soldiers. Gilana is one of the top female soldiers, hoping someday to become a priestess. And you and Gilana had kind of always had somewhat of a connection, like a brother-sister connection, which kind of started the whispers before you left of House Tuin, moving away from the ancient and ancestral ways of drow living, from very hierarchical, everybody is out to beat the next person in the family so they can go up a rank, kind of moving away from that into more of a unit where the house is very bonded together to where they're close, not even just physically to protect each other, but also mentally and emotionally. They have a relationship of a family together, which is a first for drow society. And so Gilana coming to find you, it feels more like a family member, a sister, someone coming to talk to you. And she's also one of the fiercest soldiers, like I mentioned. So being able to be handed a hag's head and taking it in stride is very much her kind of her demeanor. And she holds it and kind of gives it back to you with an awkward smile and says, "Well, I'm glad to hear you accomplished what you set out for. There's something else. I'm glad I got here in time. Have you ever seen these goblins before? Did you know that they've been tracking you for a while?"
I wasn't aware that they've been tracking us, but we've ran in them in the past. we found a cave that they were residing in, and we tried to take them out, but I guess there must have been more of them.
Luckily, this one seemed to be alone, and I still don't know why it came after you, but these aren't like other goblins I've seen before. But Mother Tarala wanted me to find you to at least let you know that we've been in contact with House Mizram and the matron mother there, which House Mizram was the drow house that you all met. Yeah, in the Wave Echo Cave. And she said at the last meeting of the Pentaveret, they mentioned that you had all. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, this is like me speaking character. That Don't I have one of the obsidian shards?
So your group has the big one that you brought back. You have a gem from the orc shaman, the green gem.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is in the shack that I can't remember her name. The dwarf lady's in. Okay.
Yeah. The shard is with Gwen at her study. Yes.
Gotcha.
So she mentions at the last meeting, House Mizram mentioned you all found a dark obsidian shard, and we all have been tracking rumors of these shards in other places close by, and I wanted to make sure that you're aware that there's other forces at play looking for these, and to be careful. I'm not going to stay long, but I will be checking in to make sure everything's okay. Same with Velisra, the paladin from House Mizram. But just be warned, I feel like this may not be the last goblin attack you face.
I will keep my guard up from here on out.
Thank you. I'm very glad. And she kind of cleans her blade off on the dead goblin, and she kind of looks down at your thigh where you were stabbed, and she almost goes to like patch your wound, but as she gets closer, she notices that there's no blood. You have no blood coming out of this wound. There's not even a cut or a mark. And so this ethereal blade that you were stabbed with didn't physically stab through you, but it felt like it did. And she kind of pulls away, and she goes, I would be careful with these goblins. I fear that they may be a strong force.
I will keep a lookout, sister.
And she smiles and kind of nods and starts to turn around to go out the door. And she
Before you leave,
Mm-hmm.
tell matron mother Talara that she'll be hearing from me soon.
She turns and smiles again and nods. Goes, I'm glad to hear that, Ishtar. It's been too long since we've seen you. And she kind of walks out the door and disappears into the night. Anything else you would like to do real quick before going back to bed? Because it's like in the middle of the night.
Can I do my medicine roll?
Yes. To bandage yourself up or to check to see what it is?
I'll just well, you said I didn't get technically stabbed, right? It was just an ethereal blade?
Yeah, some sort of psychic something happened, yes.
How would I kind of... I don't know how I would use medicine.
Trying to heal yourself, in essence, from the damage you took?
I guess that works.
I think he wants the medicine to level up his skill, is what he's saying.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, yeah, you failed anyway. So, I got you now. Okay. Let me see here. Yes. Okay, so we will come back to you all in a second. Excuse me. As we whip back over to Aetherion, you come to laying on a mat near a fire. As your vision slowly fades into focus, the sounds of the forest slowly becoming unmuffled. You see, sitting across the fire from you, Borber. He sees you wake and says, "Glad to know you're still with us. Careful. Your head's gonna hurt for a minute.
I kind of sit up slowly and eye him, and
Is he naked?
Ethereon or Borber?
Carry on. Like, was his armor stolen?
No, he is still fully clothed.
oh, good. I'm glad it didn't happen again. I
Again?
kind of eye Borber and go, was that you, Borber?
No, it wasn't, but you were very lucky I was on my way back. And he proceeds to tell you that after you had left, later on that evening, Borber was headed back towards camp later that night when he noticed you get unconscious. You get knocked out by a small group of werewolves. They knocked you out and were starting to pull you and drag you away when Borber was able to get a glimpse of them. He mentioned that they were glowing a faint green, kind of like the orc shaman was. And when they saw the werewolf dragging you, Borber stopped them, kind of walked out, and was able to talk to them because the werewolves immediately asked why Ethereon, or why you, were with the orcs, remembering that the orcs were with the shaman. The werewolves talked about kind of the way Borber mentioned or talks about this. It sounds as though the werewolves knew at least the shaman and Borber's tribe. And so almost the interaction was inquisitive of like, you know, why are you dealing with this person when you should be doing another job, kind of a thing. Borber mentions that he told the werewolves that Borber and Zargo found the shard at the farm, and when they found it, before they were able to send it back to the rest, they were attacked by you and your party. You killed the rest of the orcs at Wyvern Tor, but they were able to kill the rest of your party and had captured you to deliver to the rest. They were getting ready to do this when they had to stop for camp. That's when the werewolves found them. So Borber was able to talk the werewolves down and led them off to go do something else, saying that they would bring you to the rest as a captive. You get the feeling that this was a front that Borber put on to just get the werewolves off your trace as they finish up their story.
I appreciate you sticking your neck out for like that, Borber. I won't forget it.
He just kind of like snorts almost in acknowledgement.
He said that he found a stone at the farm.
During his lie to the werewolves, he mentioned that him and Zargo had found the shard at the farm.
What is that you're talking about, Borber?
We were tasked by the shaman to go raid a small village just west of here. And in it, we were supposed to be looking for a shard at this farmhouse. We never found it, and we burned the farm to the ground. We went back, and that's when the shaman told me to come to Phandalin, looking to see if the farmer fled here.
What farm is this?
They mention
Or town, or I guess.
So the closest town that they were talking about was another kind of small town to the west of Phandalin called Tribor, and it's very much more of a farming town, whereas Phandalin has some farms. Tribor is very much a farm-centric town, but they specifically were going after one of the larger farms on the outskirts of town.
Sorry, Borber just said that he was there and then Bird Farm and came to Phandalin looking for him? Because he told me to scout.
Yes. So Borber was scouting the farm the raid then happened. Borber was then sent to Phandalin to find the farmer because they didn't kill the farmer. He fled before they got to him. So Borber was here, quote unquote, scouting Phandalin, looking for a specific person. By the time you all then met Borber.
I assume you never found this person, Borber?
No, I never found him, but I also don't know if the farmer came here. There's plenty of small towns outside of Tribor. Any one of them he could have been at.
And the stone was supposed to be at his farm, so I guess we were assuming he has it.
That's what the shaman believed. We never did find anything at his farm.
And do you know what he looks like, or who he is, and all that?
The last that I knew, it was an old man.
That's it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Borber is definitely the scout in terms of looking at a location, seeing if it's well guarded, and then that's about it. So Borber would have seen Tribor as a town and scouted it rather than necessarily the farm specifically. Coming back then and telling the rest of the tribe, hey, the town isn't well defended, so you should be fine to raid the town or any piece of it and not be impeded, kind of a deal.
Right. Okay. Where did you send the werewolves to?
I sent them back to the rest. I don't know where this place is, but the shaman kept mentioning that once we found the stone, we were to take it and deliver it somewhere special, but they never told us where.
Did they ever mention a name or anything?
They were very secretive about it. We only ever heard it referred to as the rest.
Okay. What are you and Zargo going to do now if they think that you're still with them and might come back to see you, I suppose?
I don't know how they found us in the first place. We haven't been in contact with them. They only ever really met with the shaman, but they seem to know where the shaman was at all times. So I will wait it out here for a little longer, but I don't think they'll be back to find us.
I wonder, when we killed the shaman, he had the gems? I guess they're gems.
Yeah.
He had green gems in him. And you said that's what they swallowed, essentially, to start the process, right?
Yes, yeah, the gems seem to give the shaman their power.
Okay. Thank you, Borber. I'm gonna head back into town. Be careful.
He nods and looks back at you. You too.
I do it now.
Okay. So we're kind of middle of the night, give or take, and you get back to town. It's fairly quiet. Everybody's pretty much asleep. You find it every now and again, someone maybe stumbling out of the Sleeping Giant or Stonehill Inn, kind of going back home. But it seems to be, fairly quiet night for the most part.
Can I go see Gwen?
Yes. So you head towards Gwen Orsong's little study that she's been in. And you notice that there's a little lamp in the window lit, which you kind of take to mean that someone's probably awake. Normally people don't have their lamps on in the windowsill if they're wanting to be left alone.
And I go up and knock on the door.
Sure. So you knock on the door, and you slowly see the door open, and Gwen kind of peeks through the crack in the door, almost trying to see what's going on, and is very skeptical of who's knocking on the door. And as she sees you, she goes, "Oh, Therion, I'm so sorry." And she shuts the door real quick, and you hear some clanging as she's probably throwing like a sword or something away that she had for defense or something. You hear some clanging, and she opens the door again. She goes, "Please come on in. It's so late. What are you doing?"
And I step in and close the door, and I say, Brett, I'm sorry to bother you so late, but I think I might have, I don't know. You're the, what is she? Scientist or economist?
She's like the study or the scholar of ancient magic thing.
She's a nerd.
You're a nerd.
Yeah.
She just nods in agreement. Yes, I am.
You'll probably understand this much better than I do. And I pull out the gem because I have one of them that we got from the shaman. And I tell her like we fought the shaman, got the gem. They were in cahoots. Something was visiting, like exposition dumper with kind of what I know.
Yeah.
And then I say, I was suspicious of the orcs that were that we spoke with after, but he mentioned something, and he actually he helped me, and he mentioned something that the whatever they were I don't know the word. Whatever they were in cahoots with could find the shaman, and the shaman had this gem in his back, and the werewolves, which are tied up in this somehow, found me. And he mentioned something about finding a stone, and I think it's the same stone as I kind of point at wherever it is on the table. So I don't know their involvement, but I don't know if you want to investigate this gem because it has something to do with it.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for all of that information. Yeah. So you said this gem you got from the shaman, that it was seeming to give them a power or something.
Yeah, it made them have some kind of fell magic, and with green shit and power to turn things into some kind of hybrids. But I also think they can somehow track it, and that's how they found me now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of, augury magic before, and things that can help find others. Yeah, I've never seen it be in a gym that's ingested by a receiver, though. I can let me look into this a little more. It does seem like there's maybe some sort of connection. Did you get a glimpse of the werewolves at all, or do you know anything more about them?
I didn't see these ones, but was it orc werewolf hybrids? That's what they were turned into. The other thing, like the one, not that we saw them, but we
so
kind of found out.
The ones that attacked you were regular werewolves to a degree. They were kind of glowing green like the orc shaman was. So they kind of had this weird little aura of something weird about them that matched the shamans. But Borber didn't know really anything about the shaman other than they had special powers and they were greenish from these gems. Right. They were kind of saying that the werewolves were somewhat the same as that, but also the werewolves all kind of had the same mark, in almost branded into their fur that they had never seen before.
Well, I tell her all that.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely sounds like at least somebody is organizing a group to get these shards, and maybe they're using these gems to help do it, or I don't know, but yeah, I'll keep a look and see what I can find out about this.
If they found me before, I worry they could potentially track it and find you now. Do you want me to stay nearby if you're going to be studying it?
I think I'll be okay. And about the time she says that, you see something kind of walk past the window that looks in, and as you quickly peer over to see what had passed through the window, you see that it's one of the deputies kind of doing a round around the study. She goes, they've kept a good eye on me since we got back here, so I feel like at least at the minimum I'll be able to warn someone if something happens, because I have somebody outside at all times. So I think I'll find you if I come up with anything.
All right, I appreciate that. And please stay safe. Let me know immediately if anything happens or if you find anything out.
Yeah, of course. And same with you too.
And I say good night, and I'll head to the. Well, I'll just quickly, because I assume the deputy's still kind of there. I'll just be on high alert. Get
Okay.
me if there's anything.
Okay. He nods.
But
as
what
you
if he's
walk
someone in disguise and
Well,
he's
then
a
we're
criminal?
Well, then the game's
How,
over.
how
Everybody
does he
dies.
nod at me? Is it
Is it a suspicious nod?
seems pretty all right? Yeah, good nod.
Yeah, he nods with a smile.
See his
and-
big fangs and his yellow glowing eyes. Oh, seems good.
yeah, he's everything's fine.
He just looks like the werewolf from Little Red Riding Hood. He just
Yeah.
has a dress on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, seems legit.
Yeah,
Wearing grandma's outfit.
this is pretty normal. Yeah. Okay. So, were you gonna head back to Stonehill Inn for the night or somewhere different?
I'll. Would Sleeping Giant still be open at all?
Yes, it's open most hours of the night.
Like that. I won't just so I'll hold things up more. I won't role play it, but I'll go to Sleeping Giant and just kind of hang out with Agatha for an hour or two, just because I told her I'd come back.
Okay.
I'll tell her about what happened, and then I'll go to bed after that.
Okay. So everybody goes to bed. You all wake up on the 2nd of Myrtle. And I will make it the morning. Okay. You wake up after a decent night's rest. Ishtar obviously having a weird encounter, but feeling somewhat refreshed. And you all, as far as I remember, the goal was you all were going to get together and head towards Leyland, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Ye-
Okay. So you all get on your horses and start heading towards Leyland. Anything you want to do before traveling?
Yeah, I just
When
want
did we
to.
get horses?
Before the cave?
Dude, where were you last?
Yeah, we took horses to get there.
I'm pretty sure you were there
okay.
when that happened.
It's the blood loss.
No, that's fine. I just because Ishtar's got one of the gems. I tell everybody what happened, but I bring up that he's got a gem as well. Ask him they might be tracking it. I don't know what you want to do. If you want to give it to her to study, or if you want to keep it with us, I don't.
Oh, they're definitely tracking it all right. I had a strange freak encounter when I was sleeping last night.
Shit.
I got jumped by. Was it
A goblin.
a goblin? Goblin?
Yeah, a the best way you can describe it is it was some sort of a goblin.
In your bed?
Yep.
What the heck?
I know, right? Like, what a weird, weird time to get me.
I know.
I don't know what you want to do with that.
I don't think it's best to have it on my person, so I shall give it to you, and you shall do what you think is best.
Maybe I'll just give it to her to study if it's.
Or
Okay.
should we have them separated?
Yeah, I wonder if we should throw them off the scent and just like ditch it somewhere.
Just
But
throw
does it
them
really
in this
matter?
one.
Because they can track them.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If we like chuck
But-
it into a river,
We're gonna go see that
But
dragon
what-
again. We can give it to the dragon, and maybe he'll give us information.
yeah.
But-
Ooh.
But
Well,
then they also will.
I think we should know what it does before we figure out what we want to do with it.
All right. I just worry that they'll follow us to each of these stones. But it's fine. Let's keep it.
Okay.
It was suggesting we'd give it to Gwen. At least both of them would be in one place.
We can give it to the town master. He's really good at just avoiding all responsibility and hiding out.
Ervin's
I haven't-
very bitter towards the town master.
Oh yeah, we still have to do that. Can't you guys just go lynch him or something?
They told me not to when I really wanted to.
Bummer.
I second that.
You guys are demented. So, keeping the stone or giving it to Gwen? Or chucking it in a river?
Does she have any? She probably doesn't have any way to get information to a solar god, does she?
Well, like while you guys are gone? No.
Yeah.
She knows where you're going, but in essence, there's no big plan behind it, I guess.
Give it to Gwen.
Give it to Gwen.
Okay. So you give it to Gwen. She says thanks. She continues her study.
Keep your eyes out for imposters.
And at that, the deputy that is on watch now kind of gives you a weird look like, what are you
And I'm
talking
gonna-
about?
And I'm gonna put my fingers to my eyes and back at his, just like I'm watching.
He just shrugs it off and keeps marching around the house. So the trip to Leyland, especially on horses, is fairly quick to a degree. You're probably talking like maybe a few hours of travel. And as you get there, let me get this all moved around. Leyland.
Oh,
Go ahead.
where's Tribor in relation to the places we have to go?
So Tribor is gonna be like maybe an hour or two west of Old Owlwell, which is a little bit west of Phandalin. I think is how I put it on the map.
Is that between that and like Thunder Tree then?
No, Thunder Tree is between Old Owlwell and Leyland. Tribor is gonna be even farther west of Old Owlwell.
You mean east?
East. That's what I meant.
Okay.
I've been saying west this whole time. I apologize. Yes,
Okay.
east.
It's in the ocean.
Yeah, I kept saying west, and I'm like, so it's in the middle.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's past Old Owlwell to the east.
Okay.
Yes.
I might say to check that out when we go near there, but never mind if it's the other way.
Okay.
Like you're talking.
So, the travel to Leyland is fairly uneventful. It's on main roads. They're not the nicest in terms of like there has been known for bandit activity there, but it's a pretty uneventful journey there. It's a pretty quick one. And as you get to Leyland, which is a city of, it used to be an old port city, and it since then has been something has happened as you all arrive. It looks pretty rundown. So there's a lot of broken buildings. You barely see anybody around it. Almost looks abandoned, but it does still resemble a city rather than a town.
So there's some people here though?
You haven't seen anyone, but being a city, you like imagine that there must be somebody. You just haven't seen anyone yet.
Okay.
And
Do we hear any growling, like werewolf growling or anything?
nothing when you first get there, and you kind of start to walk through through town, and it's fairly quiet. You can hear the sound of the ocean kind of
That's pretty fucking cool, Ishtar.
over there. Oh. Spell slot. Any aberration celestials? Ooh. Are you wanting to cast that on your travels? Or when you get
Yeah.
there?
I guess like, how big is the town?
So this is going to be, in its heyday, was much larger than Phandalin. Currently, it seems to be as abandoned and as bad as Phandalin in terms of if there's any population, very, very low population. But physically, it's probably 3 times the size of Phandalin, give or take.
Well, I guess I'll use it when I'm like
We get a little bit inside.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Are you trying to find a good shopping center?
he specifically looks for any undead shops so he can go.
Or Fae or Fiends.
This is true. This is true.
Or elementals, or dragons, or celestials, or aberrations.
You know, any of that stuff.
So you get there and you kind of ride your horses into town because it's big enough and it's, like I said, it's fairly abandoned. And you go to where in Nesnar, the Black Spider, his journal, where his entry was that they were looking for a shard. All that it really mentions is it was towards the coast to a degree. And so you kind of start heading that way. And you get to a kind of more outskirts, cabin-y rundown shack on the coast. And you get there, and before you get close enough, you can tell that there is somebody. You see what appears to be maybe an elf or a half-elf in pretty nice clad armor, standing outside of this shack, kind of scoping the area.
Good day.
Now, when you say elf or half elf, is it a
Careful.
what?
Careful.
What? Is it a drow or is it a surface elf or what?
Oh,
Do a somebody, whoever, do a perception check. Or you can do it as a group to see if anybody notices. Oh, and then I guess Ishtar, if you're casting your primeval awareness too. To sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends...
Guthrie's very perceptive.
Oh.
Ishtar, what do your elf eyes see?
Absolutely nothing.
But with your prime... would you pronounce that primeval? I feel like it's not evil, though. It should be primeval, almost. But anyway.
I think it is pronounced primeval.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying.
So yeah.
Primeval.
With your awareness, your heightened awareness, Ishtar, that you've used, I think technically elves are fae, aren't they? Or they're descendants, I guess, of...
I don't think they are considered fae in terms of the rules.
Because that would be
I don't know.
a Ladrin or a Ladrin, I think, technically. So, okay.
Aladdin.
Yeah, because on your thing, it's like you're considered fae for this, but I don't think elves fall under that.
Yeah, okay. But, Aetherion, are you considered a celestial?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I was really going to be like, you notice all of your friends right around you, and that's about it. But, I mean...
Am I considered a celestial?
Yes.
There you go. Okay, so
Wait,
Let's see.
I'm confused because are elves not considered Fae? Because for my trait it says Fae ancestry.
Ancestry, but
Fae
you're not considered
ancestry.
a fae.
Yeah, because you descend from... Like, the
Yeah,
elves in general come from the Feywild.
Okay.
I'm not
think.
considered a celestial. It says I'm a humanoid.
You're humanoid, yes,
shape.
but you are a celestial, so it
I
would
don't-
be you.
I don't think that's correct though, because if you look at something like, say, centaur, it specifically
Centaurs.
says you are a fae.
Let's look. Let's
Correct.
get these up. Our awesome.
Fairy says fae.
Mine says
That's
humanoid.
true. Vader, I think, has gone back and forth. I think it is Faye. But, I mean, you aren't.
It says celestial heritage, but
Yeah, and like something like a hobgoblin says you are a humanoid, you're also considered a goblinoid. Whereas Asimar and Elf and everything don't say Fae or Celestials and
Do
other
you
type.
s- do you speak celestial?
I speak Celestial.
He's celestial.
if you
I also
speak it, you
speak
are.
giant. Am I a giant?
He's a giant celestial.
I mean, you
Aren't
hung
like
out with the
6
giant.
foot, like
Yeah.
something?
Pardon.
6'5"?
Yeah, I'm big. Still pretty puny
Um,
compared to a giant.
You have angel wings. You're celestial.
Only for 1 minute a day, thank you.
Still counts.
Yes, which is also minute a day more than all the rest.
Anyone else?
Yeah, okay. Ervin could turn into a bird too. Is he considered a bird?
Yes, I'm.
Yeah.
Not right now, no.
So from what I find, it says player characters other than centaurs are technically all humanoids. Centaurs are the special fae kind of a thing. It's
They're
more
fairies.
of the like celestials is you are considered one for certain spells. Is the way that I read it. In terms of the awareness, it doesn't really matter because he notices that there are no fae, fiends, or undead, or aberration, celestial, dragons, elementals within 1 mile.
So
Doesn't?
is he considered celestial for this spell?
We can
I
say
don't
he
think
is,
I
and
would
he lights up
consider
like a
celestial
beacon
for anything.
to Ishtar, but
I'm even more of a beacon.
it doesn't really do
Ervin, you
much.
know Infernal. Are you a devil?
Yeah, I speak infernal.
Plot twist: Ervin's the big bad.
I had to learn it.
That's true.
I had to learn it to con people.
My guy.
Like, give me your soul.
So with all of this looking around and discussing if Aetherion is a celestial or not in front of this elf that you see, it's a above ground, we'll call them elves. It seems to be probably a high elf specifically.
All right.
So he's an
Good
above
day.
ground high elf.
Good day, above ground elf. What you doing here?
He looks at you and very quickly pulls this glaive out and holds it and just says, "Halt there. No one is allowed in here except specifics."
And I'm going to say, I'm Harper Erevan Stormrider, and I'm looking for Bright Candle Mert.
And he looks at you kind of inquisitively, but then hearing a few keywords, quickly puts his glaive up and he goes, I apologize. Please forgive me. The name is Neldoran. There we go. The name is Neldoran. Bright Candle isn't here, but we do have something that I believe you were meant to see. And he kind
Yes,
of
I was
motions you in
directed
there.
here. Alright, I'm gonna follow him on then.
He stays out. He just motions to the door to like.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Can we go in?
Is everyone else going in, or is he?
He nods to allow all of you in.
And I look all buff as I walk in. I go, yeah, I'm with him.
And I have like a purposeful scowl on my face, like I know what I'm doing.
As you get inside of this shack, you there we go. You see a makeshift cell in this pretty like abandoned, in essence, box. Like the shack is nothing more than just a box with a roof. But you see this makeshift cell that's been set up with some sort of arcane wards and silvered chains to contain this werewolf. As you look at the werewolf, it definitely feels a little off. Aetherion, you see it's glowing green, kind of the same way that Borber mentioned the other werewolves were. And for the rest of you, it reminds you of the orc shaman that you fought. The elf Neldoran kind of peers through the doorway. and just kind of watches to make sure everything's okay. But the werewolf, you see, has matted fur, and his eyes are kind of glowing, again with that greenish glow and intensity. It's kind of pacing back and forth in this cell. And Neldorn kind of not yells, but kind of speaks through the door, saying, "He hasn't spoken a word since being captured. Maybe you can make him talk."
I mean, I'll see what I can do. All right, I'm gonna go up to him, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hi, Mr. Werewolf."
The werewolf doesn't even stop pacing and just keeps going back and forth. And you hear the heavy breathing and kind of some snarling as it's walking back and forth.
You want to play fetch?
Nothing.
I'm gonna be like, if you don't look at me right now, I'm gonna make it very stinky in here. I do have to fart.
Are you wanting to intimidate? If so, roll intimidation.
Okay. What a weird intimidation.
Oh my gosh. So the werewolf kind of pauses for a second, looks at you, and as it snarls, you can see it almost looks rabid from like the foamish white substance coming off of its teeth, but it's not acting crazy, just angry. And it gets closer to the bars and looks at you and almost smiles, but then looks away from you and notices Aetherion, and you hear it kind of in this very gutturally beast voice look at you, Aetherion, and say, "I know someone who really wants to meet you."
And who's that beast?
And it kind of chuckles a little, and all it says is, "A friend."
Like a friend of yours or like a friend of ours?
It looks at
Can
you and
I,
snarls.
You ain't got no friends.
Can I Ishtar, give me the gem.
I thought we gave it to Gwen.
Oh, we did. Balls.
I can make an illusion of it.
Oh, that's fine. Where's this friend? I'll go meet him. Let's go.
And it just continues to smile and sneer and looks back over to Erevan and just starts almost like chanting, but just keeps saying, "Zorzula."
Who is Zorzula? Is that your friend?
It's almost like peering through all of you and just keeps kind of chanting the word Zorzula over and over.
All right, I'm warning you. I'm about to unleash it.
I wouldn't know what that is.
Can I perhaps see, like get a sense if that is who that friend is?
Like if Zorzula is the name of the person?
Or if it's like a
Yes,
spell.
or if it's, yeah.
Sure. Do a oh gosh, Arcana feels very. Let's start with the friend piece and go with.
I could do Arcana.
Okay, Erevan, if you want to do Arcana, and Guthrie, you want to do Insight.
Okay. Yeah, nope.
You're a +5, goddamn.
Okay. So with a 14, Erevan, it doesn't feel like there's any sort of magic behind the word. Even though the ritual feels very ritualistic, it doesn't appear to be doing anything, and it doesn't ring any bells on this being a spell or an incantation that you've heard of before. For Guthrie,
I already forgot what word was he chanting?
Zorzula.
Sounds like a name.
Guthrie, you take it that maybe this is a name of a person. It could be maybe the name of a place. It could be the name of an item, potentially. It feels like a name, but really pinpointing it down to one or the other, you can't tell. It could kind of be either.
We've met a lot of people with names starting with Z, so I think it's a person.
Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I just changed everybody's. Whoops. Let's go back to that.
For a reason.
Can you know, is there stone around here?
Are you asking the werewolf or me?
Well, I mean, if you'll tell me. I'm asking the werewolf.
Roll or well, okay. Are you just like blatantly asking, or are you trying to like?
Well, I say, so where's the stone?
Okay. He keeps chanting Zorzula, and looks over at you, and kind of snarls and says, "Wouldn't you like to know? Unfortunately, I don't answer to you."
Does Zorzula have it?
He kind of starts to like cackle like a hyena almost, and once again just goes back to saying Zorzula.
Okay, I'm gonna use prestidigitation and make it smell like a fart up his nose.
Okay.
Damn, that'll show us.
Okay.
Werewolves have like heightened sense or something, and then I'm gonna be like, tell me what you know.
Do another intimidation check.
Alright.
And I'll say we'll give him like a +3 or 5 to it because of the smell.
Jeez.
We'll see. It is a werewolf,
Wait, a
so I
plus
don't.
what?
Maybe a +3 or 5. We'll see.
Oh god.
It's not gonna make a difference.
3 or 5. So you do see the werewolf kind of pause every now and again from the smell, and it almost as if it's trying to waft the smell away to kind of air it out a little to help its nose. And after a few minutes, the werewolf does give you a little bit more information. The werewolf says that the werewolf was part of a like a raiding party of both werewolves and goblins that came here. They were specifically sent from the leader at Zorzula's Rest to find a stone fragment, but you're too late. It's already back there now.
Back at where?
Zula's Rest.
So Zula's Rest.
Do we know? Have we heard of that? Do we know where that is? Well, I guess we've heard of it. But...
So the only piece that rings a bell would be rest. You've heard the word rest describe a place, but that's all that you've got.
And he's talking about the stone from Leyland.
Yes, yeah, like the stone. They were sent to Leyland to find a stone. They ended up finding it and sending it back, and he just happened to be one of the ones that got caught.
Right.
What are you guys doing with these stones?
He shuts his mouth and just now is not pacing either. He's just staring at you.
I just kind of yell at the door. What was the elf's name?
Neldoran. Not a Z
Neldoran.
name.
Can we put this thing down?
The ward or the
werewolf.
Oh, like put him down. Oh, okay. Okay, got you.
Take him out.
Neldoran kind of leans in again. He goes, you've been able to get more information than we've been able to. As far as I know, we have no need for him.
They told us there's no stone here and where they took it, so... It's fine.
So
I'm not letting him
bang,
live.
I'm dead.
So.
Let me see here. What we got?
You have a
Intimidation.
+8 to intimidation? Jesus.
So who are you intimidating and how are you intimidating, Ishtar?
I'm kind of just staring at him menacingly, and I'm like,
Cracking
like-
his knuckles.
I was gonna say I'm kind of like beating or like punching my own hand, kind of like acting like I'm gonna beat him up.
Okay.
I'm hoping all this shit I'm saying is kind of intimidating him too, just kind of nonchalant, like, oh, we'll just put him down.
Yeah. So he holds his face very well. Like you can't tell from his face that he's feeling any worry, but you do notice that he kind of backs up a little bit more, and his eyes kind of dart around a little bit as if like looking for a way to escape. But
Maybe
that's
we
about it.
shouldn't kill him. Maybe we should make it slow.
Good God,
What?
Irvin.
Is wrong with you?
We need information.
He had a rough time recently, Guthrie. You know that.
That's right. I got fucked up. I'll fuck you up.
You,
Now you guys are just arguing with each other.
Aravan, seriously. All right. Would you like to tell us anything else, sir? It does seem like the others are getting a bit restless.
The werewolf looks at you, and Aetherion, as you see the werewolf kind of turn towards Guthrie to speak, you notice a weird symbol branded into its shoulder, and he looks at you, Guthrie, and just kind of smiles again, does this weird little hyena laugh, and you see his eyes start to like glow green, a little bit more bright, and sorry,
I'm stepping back.
There's music.
And
I am going to
Ominous
take
music.
a silver piece out of my pouch.
Say that again. You're gonna pull the what out of your pouch?
Take a silver piece
Oh.
out of my coin pouch.
Okay.
Now, you might notice I've probably been the kindest one to you here. But please rest assured, if you do anything to me, you will die.
Are you
So-
intimidating?
I mean,
I mean, it sounds very intimidating, but I want to make sure.
it's like, it's like forceful persuasion. Yeah, I guess that is intimidation. I just want him to think about whatever he's thinking of doing to me. And if he seems like he's going to do anything, I'm going to flip this gold or this silver coin toward his throat.
Ooh. Okay. So, we'll have everybody roll a intimidation check, as I'm going to just assume you are all looking at this guy now as a unit, intimidating him.
My
Gosh.
oh,
Hey, that's great.
am I
That's
gonna get a
awesome.
2 too? My hammer's silvered as well.
Yes. Yes. Your hammer is silver.
Oh, it flipped his to an 8. Is it an 8?
We're so good at intimidating.
Quick question as well. Do I recognize the symbol?
Do a history check.
Oh, not so cool. Oh, come on, that was an 18.
But it wasn't.
It was like
the symbol doesn't ring any bells. It doesn't match anything that you've seen before. That you
I
know.
stare at it again.
Even
Just keep
even
staring
less.
harder.
The werewolf looks at you now. Is like, dude, like, stop undressing me with your eyes. Okay, so intimidation. What did we get?
Terrible.
Pretty average, honestly.
He kind of looks at each of you individually. You all start to see that the green eyes glowing even brighter. And he now starts to overall glow even brighter. And Guthrie, I'm going to assume that you flip the coin towards his throat. Go ahead and do a athletics check. It's sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of
I'd say
hand.
sleight of hand.
See how your accuracy is. Or I said gold, didn't I? I meant silver coin.
Let's see. Can I make an argument that that is a improvised weapon?
Yeah, I would allow it. That would be a cool like character. You just throw coins as your weapon.
Yeah.
You just hold a bag
It's
of
like
coins.
Gambit.
Yeah.
That's
instead
what I
of
thought
cards.
of.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I just thought of too.
Where is it? Okay.
Ooh, can I do something too while he's doing that?
Sure. What you doing?
While he's doing that, can I use minor illusion? No. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, minor illusion. I want to use minor illusion to imitate his cackling that he was doing in his ear, and then an infernal just I guess threaten him.
Ooh. Okay. As you start to do the whispers or the cackling in his ear, you see his ears twitch, like it's hearing something, but it's trying to also ignore it or kind of listen to something else, but it just keeps happening. And you see the werewolf kind of shake its head, trying to get the cackling out of its head. But he continues to glow a little brighter.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
Guthrie.
I'm trying
Well,
to
let's see
think of
what-
how
Does that make a
what to roll for that.
disadvantage?
Let's see. With
I mean,
let's go. Yeah, I would say advantage. Well, hold on. Let me think about this. So you're whispering in his ear. You're intimidating him. He's kind
I'm like
of,
distracting him.
He's distracted. He's intimidated. Yeah, I would say with whatever Guthrie does, it can be with advantage. That would make sense.
okay, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. What
Oh,
should I?
How to do it?
Yeah.
Good question.
Because there's no, because there's really nothing for like an improvised weapon, but it is essentially the same as
1d4.
That's the damage.
I mean, it would just be
So,
like
I
an
mean-
unarmed attack. I would.
Yeah, I guess it's like yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I can do that.
Just throwing a coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So,
that'll probably be
you
the
said-
easiest we do it.
Okay, so you said with advantage. Then?
Yes, as Aravin's kind of holding his attention in one spot for a split second.
Hooray! That was terrible. Thank you.
No. What's it look like he's about to do? He's going more green. He's gonna like explode or something.
Do a either Arcana or History check.
Both are shite. I guess it's Arcana. Oh boy.
It appears as though the light from the sun is tinting him a green color.
That's weird. There's no sun in here.
It was the orb he ate.
Guthrie, as you flip the coin, you see it flow through the air and it hits the werewolf's mouth. It doesn't go inside the mouth, but it does hit his like gum teeth area, and you see it singe and burn into his gums, holding in place, burning more. And he flinches and goes to swipe it off. And as he does, the green gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's almost as if he just accepts the fate of the silver coin. And you see it put its arms out and start to laugh even louder as he glows brighter. And then a large burst of energy comes out of him as he explodes. And I need everyone... Go ahead.
Well, just because I'm seeing him go super green, can I cast something before he explodes? Essentially.
Sure. Yeah.
Can I
I'm
also cast?
gonna.
Yeah.
I might fail, but I'm gonna cast command.
Stop blowing up.
And
And
I'm
just be
going.
like, I'm
Who's
just gonna
the
say
weakest of
halt.
us?
You.
Is Ishtar? Besides me.
Probably a start.
Who else is the weakest?
All right, I'm gonna grab Ishtar and I'm gonna use Thunder Step.
Okay. Please speak one word to me.
I just say halt
Okay.
or stop or I guess
Wisdom
halt.
save.
Not halt in that regard, but I mean he's not moving. So
Okay, and then what is your what is the saving throw against?
I assume my spell DC, which is 15.
15. Okay. Let me just do this real quick. Wisdom save. Oof. And okay, follow the command on its next turn. Spell has no effect if the target is undead. Yada yada. If it doesn't understand yada, blah blah blah. Some typical to me. Okay, got it. So at the same time as all of this is happening, Ethereon, you tell the werewolf to stop. You see the werewolf start to almost fight itself. It pulls its arms in and starts to kind of like claw at itself as if trying to tear something off. The glowing continues, and you now see the werewolf is like starting to frantically claw at itself, starting to shred its own skin, trying to stop something or whatever is happening, but the glowing continues to happen. Erevan, you and Ishtar, with a loud clap of thunder, disappear out of the room. I'm assuming right outside the shack. I think it's like a place you can see, right? Is Thunder, whatever it's called, step? I think so. So you two, with a loud clap, go out of the building, and as at the same time that they disappear, the werewolf explodes in this green burst of energy with its body exploding into little bits everywhere. And I need Guthrie and Ethereon to make a intelligence saving throw, please.
Yeah, +5.
And as it explodes, you hear almost howl in agony.
That's really good because Ishtar's intelligence is terrible.
Yeah, that was like a perfect call on your part.
I don't see my ability. It's not.
Can I just roll to see what I would have got?
Yeah, if you want to.
Watch it be a natural 20.
What ability is that, Ethereon?
Oh,
My
I've been bad.
whatever it's called, saving throw ability, but the one that gives me my charisma.
Thank you, Erevan.
Ooh. Do you remember what it's called?
Is called Aura of Protection.
Oh.
I
There
see
it
the
is.
ability, but it's like not active or something.
Oh. Okay, now try it.
I mean, it didn't update. I mean, I could roll, see what it does, but
Whoa,
it
that-
should be another +4 on that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Y'all did great.
I wonder if it's because it's not in combat, if that's why something weird was happening. I'll have to...
It used to just show on my page, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So, Guthrie had a 17. Ethereon had 5
Guthrie would have had
million.
a 21, and I would have had a 24.
Okay, so in
Because
essence,
he would have
nothing
been
happens.
beside me.
Because you all suck.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
As the explosion happens, you get knocked back just a hair, but you feel something trying to probe into your mind, but as if you're like covered by a steel helmet, and nothing is able to get through, and all you see left of the werewolf are bits and pieces of the body. Erevan and Ishtar, you hear the explosion, you see the green energy wave push through, but then nothing else happens. Neldoran rushes in to see what happens and looks around, kind of in disbelief.
That was really close, Ishtar. You almost took a green shower.
It just blew up. We're fine.
Thank you, Erevan, for saving me.
You're welcome. Sorry, guys, I couldn't grab you two. I can only grab one person.
Oh, no problem.
I think you made the right decision.
I just have a
Alright.
question quickly. With his thunder, can he pick up heavy? Like, is Ethereum like a heavy
No.
No,
I'm still regular.
he's pretty lean and muscular. He's dense, but he's not.
I think I'm like 230 or something, but I'm still
I
like
don't
a
think it-
normal classification.
for that spell?
Yeah.
I don't think it doesn't matter how heavy you are. Don't you just have to be able to
I
touch
think-
Yeah, I just had to
them
touch.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he could be a hippopotamus, a GIF.
Gotcha.
As long as it's willing.
That's true. There is no non-consensual teleportation. Okay. Neldoran kind of looks at all of you like, what just happened?
It exploded in there. I got really mad.
That was, despite him not being in here, accurate. Um,
Neldoran looks around and sees Erevan and goes, will I will let Bright Candle Mert know of what happened and that you were able to glean some information from the captive.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna rip out a page from my notebook and write down everything we learned and give it to him and be like, here, yeah, this is what we got.
Thank you. I assume you don't need me to stand watch, and it's almost as if he's like asking for permission to leave, almost.
Oh yeah, he's hella dead in there. You can go.
He
There-
nods and runs off.
There's nothing to find there.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, with Ishtar's investigation, if anyone else wants to investigate, you can. The shack of body parts and blood and guts.
Yeah, I want to look around, see if I see anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might
Yeah, everybody
well,
start digging.
Oh wait, is
All right.
the
I'll get my
Let's see.
silver piece back too. While I'm there.
or maybe I'll take it
I don't
first.
see anything.
11,
Damn it.
16,
My
6,
Oh.
almost a
Oh my
17.
God.
4. So Guthrie, you don't find your silver piece. Erevan, you don't see anything other than a few like exposed eyeball or 2 eyeballs just off in a corner.
I want to take one.
Okay. Ishtar, you don't find anything of note, but you do find a shiny little silver piece off in another corner. And Aetherion, the only thing you find is the claw, one of the claws of the werewolf, which seems to still glow a little green. And then you see the piece of fur that had that brand of the symbol in it.
Sure, I'll take those.
Guys, look, I found an eyeball.
I found a silver piece.
I found some
Love
gross fur.
I found a
And a
rock.
claw.
Guthrie, what'd you find?
Just silence and sadness.
I hope Guthrie just does that thing where he just shrugs his shoulders, just kind of kicks the dirt and goes, nothing.
Just walks out.
I'll flick the silver piece in his direction.
Okay. It's covered in werewolf blood, but you catch it.
Ooh, how lucky.
Okay. Anything else you guys like to do here before I believe heading towards Old Owlwell? Correct.
We're gonna go to Thunder Tree, I think, because it was in the middle.
Okay, so you are splitting it with Thunder Tree in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna get killed by a dragon.
That's like the next stop, right? Thunder
Yeah.
Tree.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess there.
Okay.
It's bugging me that my saves aren't working. I don't know what to.
Yeah,
try to
that's
edit it, but
Weird.
it's working on D&D Beyond.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to toy around with that.
I remember. I don't know if I have access, but I remember there was a screen where you could get to like active effects. And I wonder if it got disabled in there.
Yeah. I'll look into that because that was going to be my plan, is to go through the effects modules to see if there's something messed up there.
Like, it's just not active on my page at all.
Which is weird because I thought let me try this real quick. Let me try.
I was also gonna tell you that I re-uploaded my other picture on D&D and Beyond. So
Okay, I will import here in a second. So see, when I clicked on it, it worked.
Clicked on
So
what, my save?
yeah, let me. Well, okay, not yet. Okay, so go ahead and hit aura protection again.
Well, like I can click on the thing, but it should just be applying it to my saves, but it doesn't do anything.
Because I wonder if the effect wasn't applied. Because now I see that the effect shows up on your effect page. So now go ahead and do a save. I wonder if that was something
The
happened.
numbers are still the old numbers.
Yeah.
That should be like plus 12.
Weird. Yeah, okay. I will make a note.
I don't remember where that page is though.
I wonder if it's combat is the problem. It's linked to combat effects only.
Or maybe you have to roll the +10 first, or the 10-sided dice.
Ooh, effect is an aura. Here we go.
I turned that on because I wonder if it'll apply to other people, but it didn't change my numbers.
What's the
Why-
radius?
10 feet in every direction. Yeah.
I think you have to roll a 10-sided dice to determine how many feet.
No, it's just 10.
Oh.
10.
Why the heck is
Like
our
from-
dice go next to it?
Yeah.
Do we have to roll it?
No. Like, it's just not even applying to me. Like on my stat block.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
Do you remember when we found that? When we messed with the cloak? Where it was like toggle effects on and off?
I think so. Yeah, see that's
I wonder if it's in there that it got disabled somehow. But I don't remember where to find it.
yeah. Okay. I'll finagle with that a little more. I don't know why it's not working, but it's so I remember you have that up right now. Okay.
Maybe it's just we don't have any tokens.
That's kind of what I was wondering, if that's causing the problem, if it's linked to only combat, but I guess we'll find out at some point. So
It's just always active though, unless I'm downed.
yeah. Okay. So you start heading towards Thunder Tree, going in essence back the way you came, and you're on a trail kind of in the forest with some cliffs, small cliffs on either side. When you get to a spot and you hear some calling, like some animal calling, screeching out in the distance. You can't see it yet because the trail kind of does like an S bend, and so you can't see around the curve, but you hear the echoes of this creature kind of calling out, which is maybe loud.
Does it sound like an actual animal, or does it sound like someone trying to pretend to be an animal?
Do a...
Or is
Okay.
that the sound?
That's the sound, but I can't pause it. There we go. If you want to try to identify it, anybody who wants to try, you can do animal handling, please.
I'm so good at that. I have a +0.
I have 1.
Hey, it's better
Plus
than minus.
3.
Look at all those D20s.
And you changed mine, man.
Okay, let's see.
Woo!
Guthrie is really good.
I would hope so, since he is part heron,
Where's
or
the
he is
loaf?
a Heron. 1422. Okay, so Aravan, and I will say, Aravan, you would know this too. Aravan and Guthrie, you identify this call as the sound of an owl bear.
Guys, there's an owl bear somewhere around here.
Oh, that's not the best thing to know, but yeah. I don't know what we want to do. Do we just want to try to avoid it, or
Does it sound like it's close, like super close, or?
It sounds like it's probably around the bend a ways. Yeah.
I can make us really stinky with
Right.
prestidigitation.
Why? What is he with the smells?
why? Why do you keep doing that?
Are you like
Because-
in real life? Do you have like problems right now? Are you smelly?
Yeah, I'm pretty No, I'm fine. No, like owl bears, like it's these animals. They're sensitive to smell.
Or
And if-
like come over here and attack us.
That's true. It might hate
Yeah.
us. It might hate it so much that it needs to get rid of the smell.
Can I tell if it's just if it's a call, or if it's like if it's a call of intimidation? Is it a call of
Dying.
fear, or is it dying? Can I get any sense of what's going on with it?
So what you pick up is this seems maybe more of a distress call than like a anger, intimidation kind of warning call. It feels very much more like the animal's in distress.
Should we help it?
Then
we get an owl bear on our side.
how far away did you say it was, or how
Um,
far away did it stop?
like around the bend in front of you, so probably, yeah, I don't. Let's see, probably 10, 20, 25 feet, maybe
Okay.
more. Like you're pretty far from the edge of the corner, so 25, 50 feet, give or take. You're not real sure how far around the corner it is.
All right. Well, then, still, I will say, I guess, an animal speech, whatever that means. Um, is there any way that we can help?
Okay. You don't hear anything for a second. The calling seems to stop. But fairly quickly you hear again the calls start. This time maybe a little louder, a little more intense calling out in distress. But you don't really pick up any of what's going on or it responding to you almost. But you can tell that it heard you speak. It just didn't end up doing anything from that.
Guthrie, what's it saying?
No, I can't quite tell. Give me a second. And I'll go forward slowly. It's like, are you under attack? Are you trapped?
Okay. Same thing. You hear the calling stop. This time a little bit quieter when it starts back up, and you start to kind of glean that whatever's happened or is happening to this owl bear, it's not able to move to be able to come to you or to even like if it wanted to attack, like it's not making the effort to get closer to you.
All right. I think it's trapped. So,
Or it is a trap.
Oh, we could just
that's
murder it.
not unreasonable to think.
Ethereon, we can just murder it. It's fine.
Well, if need be.
But if the owl bear is the bait and someone else is the trap,
Who is baiting someone with an owl bear?
I don't know.
God,
Maybe the
Let's
dragon.
just go check it out.
Could I? Oh, I was about to say, could I possibly sneak around to see if I can see it, to see if it is trapped?
Me too.
Yes. So would you be thinking of like following the trail and sneaking, or like getting up on one of these ledges to sneak over the overlook or something, or
Is there like some bush that just cuts through or something?
on the trail? No, it's pretty open between these like rock faces. On top of them, they're like 20, 30 feet high, give or take. On top of them, they seem to be a mix of clearing and trees with some bushes.
I'll go on the overlook then. and look
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
I wanna. Oh, sorry, Guthrie. You.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. I wanna use the spell Leap on myself.
Ooh. That triples your jumping?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move that out of here. Okay. So, let's just do this. I will get this configured or activated. Maybe.
It's not even called Leap. It's just called Jump.
Yeah, same thing. Are you guys all on a new?
Slowly.
Oh, it's loading. Okay. I was about to say, I see that I've activated it, but I don't see your names moved yet.
Yeah, it just looks like a gray screen.
83%.
Oh gosh,
Stuck on 82 for me.
that's annoying. Okay, I think my world's getting a little too big. I may need to
87. Hey, yeah.
bring it down. Whoops. That's weird. You may try to refresh as well. That may make it a little faster, but that's... Yeah, I'm going to need to look into that later, because that seems like a
Currently refreshing.
world size.
Downloading world data.
Come on. Fingers crossed. It also says...
You broke out.
I think I'm on both pages right now, for some reason. Good lord.
What is the file size for these maps?
I try to make them small, as small as I can. The world size, though, gets to be somewhat bigger. Okay, there we go. You're slowly getting over here.
that actually worked because I didn't do it because I wanted to see it work for you all first.
It looks like it did for everybody.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
Let me zoom this.
Refresh the whole thing. Get back.
Because with my luck, I would have hit refresh, and that would have been the moment it decided to load everything.
Okay, so while we're waiting, I'm gonna move you guys up to these bushes real quick. Aravan and Ishtar. What was that?
This is the token with my curse.
Oh shoot. Oh, I'm the worst. I do believe I can fix that one easier though. Give me 1 second.
It's
Whoa.
also not really a big deal.
No, it is. This is a
My
huge deal.
immersion!
It is breaking everything. This is ridiculous. Token. I thought I did fix that one, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just losing it here. Appearance. Okay.
For a second, Ethereum's name was over the owl bear, and I was like, the bear's name is Ethereum too?
What is going
Whoa.
on? Okay, Aravan, new, cursed. Okay, I've got that one.
Also, just curious, why does Erebin and Guthrie have names when you hover over them, but me and Ishtar don't?
Because that is a little setting I did not enable for some reason. Let's.
Y'all
Okay.
don't need them. You know who you are.
Yeah, it's fine. Just...
You sure about that?
Well,
Apparently, I'm the owlbear.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you do know who I am.
I remember turning it on for me. I don't, because it was off, but I forgot where I did it.
Yeah, I should have it fixed for.
If you go to your
Oh, display name.
yeah.
Hovered by anyone.
Update. There we go. That
It's
should be
there
fixed.
now.
Ervin, your token. I thought I had it. I need to re-download it. I only have your
That's
cursed one.
fine.
I promise I care about you. I'm not just throwing everything away. I thought I was.
Ishtar, put your name on.
Ever since the
No.
hack, I've been treated different.
No, you have to put it hovered by anyone. You might have just
Oh
done
no,
self.
my game crashed.
That's what I have.
Oh,
is
no.
covered by
Reload.
anyone.
It's reloading.
Everything's broken.
Yeah, I really need to work on this.
You want a
world.
token on the top right of the page, and then hovered
Yeah.
by anyone, you change the name?
There we go.
It says display name hovered by anyone.
Or change the name?
Let me see if it's.
Oh,
something
like
that's-
under that, like represented actor, and put your name.
There we go. Fixed it. Ishtar's
Yeah.
name should be good. So yeah, Aaron, I will get your guy updated. That's my bad.
Guys, we need to go back. It's curse return.
Everything's exploding. So, okay. Ervin, Ishtar, you guys get up onto a clearing. You get behind a bush. Go ahead and make stealth checks for me, both of you. Okay, so
It's 10. Jesus.
14 and a 29. So Ishtar, you're able to get behind the bushes and get into like a concealed spot without being noticed. Aravan, you kind of, after jumping up there, you land on some twigs that snap fairly loud. And the owlbear looks up at you, kind of in the direction to see you before you can hide behind a bush. But you notice that the owlbear doesn't do anything, but continues to screech, calling out. And you see, both you and Ishtar see that it's like clawing through 2 dead horses with a carriage that's been like overturned, and a few human bodies lay kind of strewn about. And you see this owlbear like tearing into the carriage.
So is it like eating? Is it doing it to eat, or does it look like an illusion? Is it an actual owlbear?
A lot of questions there. Let's start with a perception check to see if you can see if anything sticks out weird.
I'm so good at seeing.
18. So it doesn't appear to be an illusion. Seems to be a real owlbear and a real like kind of a a scene that's going on. It appears more that it's just searching rather than anything. Not like it's trying to eat something or actively destroy. It's more of, it looks like it's just searching for something.
But it's the one who killed these people, right? Or
It does appear
Can I
that way,
determine
yes. You see kind of the slashes on the people and the horses that match the owlbear's claws.
Guthrie, come talk to this thing. It's being weird.
Are we?
I don't think he can hear you unless you're yelling.
Yeah, if you
I'm
want to
whispering
yell
very loudly.
they'll be able to
Wasn't-
hear you.
Oh, point of sneak. That kid is going to get killed.
Can I hear Ervin at all?
Let's have both of you do perception. See if you
Oh.
can pick up. Okay, stealth.
How bright is it?
It's like midday. Well, maybe a little later. Like, yeah, fairly bright. It's like 3:30 in the day. Okay. So Guthrie picks up a faint whisper of Erebin on the wind. Aetherion, you don't hear anything. You heard the snap of the twig, but that's about it. You're not hearing him yell out or anything.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm a
But-
quiet yeller.
alright.
Guthrie tells you in
It's-
essence what you found.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Therion, come with me. I'm gonna go ahead and go around and kind of, keep my guard up as I do.
Alright.
All right, it's like, can I tell like literally anything else about this owl bear at all?
Nothing really, other than it seems to be in distress. It's tearing through this wreckage in essence, just kind of calling out, and it seems to be not disrupted by what it's seen or heard of you, as you can tell so far.
Did someone steal its
All right,
egg?
like,
Down.
all right, that's interesting. That's an interesting answer or thought. All right, I'm gonna go. Like, all right, sweetheart, or man, I'm
Me?
What you idiot? Let's go.
Wow, rude. I'm not going anywhere with you now.
Okay, let's move this.
Quickly before he
Very slowly move around the corner
Okay.
just to see if I can see what's going on before I.
Do something. Okay.
Yeah,
Ishtar.
probably.
I'm gonna roll a perception check. Can I see if there's a cave like around here?
Sure. You don't see any cave immediately. You don't. The owlbear doesn't seem to be like coming from any direction or going in any direction. You don't see any tracks that it's left either. So you're not 100% sure where it came from.
Okay.
How did this
Alright.
giant ass thing not leave any tracks?
It's pretty dry out.
It's also pretty, owl bear.
Owl-like.
Can they fly?
Yeah.
I had no idea
I
how
don't know.
owls could fly.
Are you having this conversation with us real quick?
I'm being serious. I don't know if owls can fly.
I actually don't know either if they can. I don't think they can. I think they're
No.
agile, but I don't know about flight.
Then I'll lose.
Yeah. Ah, true. Yes. as
Just look
as I would know as the DM. Yes.
All right. Now, can I? So, I presume? Well, I don't know. Well, actually, I guess in theory, I could figure out if it's male or female. But from this angle, can I tell? Can I tell now if it's looking for something or if it's or what?
Go ahead and do. I'll let you choose animal handling or perception to see if you want to study the behavior to see what it's doing, or if you just want to see if you can follow along with what it's trying to do.
All right. So since I rolled well on both of those recently, this one will suck.
I believe.
It could have been worse.
Yes.
Okay, so you really kind of see the same thing that Ervin saw. Of it appears to be searching. It hasn't found anything. You do know that owlbears would normally like eat whatever they kill, and it doesn't seem like it's eating any of the dead things around. So can't take much else.
All right. It's like, well, all right. Then I'll say, if you want, I can try to help you.
And the owlbear kind of go ahead.
Just what are you speaking to this owlbear in? Or you're just talking?
Beast, speech, whatever the hell.
Whatever that is. Oops, that's loud. I need to stop. There we go. It once again kind of stops its screeching. It looks over at you and then turns right back to what it's doing and starts digging through again. You kind of hear an urgency behind the screeches, but that's about it.
Can I see if I can spot any owlbear eggs from up here?
Sure, perception check for me. You don't see anything of note. It does appear to be really focusing on this carriage that it's scratching through and tearing. And about this time, you see a box, a fairly large box, kind of like a steel, ironclad box kind of a thing that it pulls out and starts scratching at.
Guys, it's got a box.
Oh, all right. I suppose, and I'll say, I suppose what in beast speech, I suppose what you're looking for is in there. Can I'll just stop there. See if I get an answer. Probably not.
It stops. It's screeching again. Looks over at you and kind of pats the box, and nods back down to it and kind of continues to scratch.
Well, there's our answer. This isn't my. There are many things I can do. This is not my forte.
I can do it. I'm gonna jump down and try and lockpick it.
Okay. Let me. How long is the jump for?
An hour.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So
Let me see. Hold on. I just made that up. Don't listen.
I was about to say, that sounded kind of realistic. But...
It's only for a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, it's definitely been longer than a minute. So if you want to jump, it's going to be like a 20, 30-foot drop. If you want to climb down...
I'll catch you. The owlbear's right next to me. I'll catch you.
The owlbear just shreds Ethereum to pieces. Yeah, if you cast it again, you can jump down.
Actually,
oh wait,
can I see? I have an idea. Can I see if the box is actually locked? I don't know how dexterous owlbears are with opening boxes.
I'm still gonna jump down into Ethereum's arms.
Okay. Do an acrobatics check. Ethereum save for you to see if you catch him. Guthrie, for the lock, you can't tell that it's locked.
That was really good.
That's really good.
Okay.
It seems like it's almost welded shut.
Can I do like some kind of save to catch him or something?
Yeah, strength save.
Wait, can I do my
again? This is +4, but
he's
14.
What was that, Ervin? You were gonna say?
Oh, can I do my free reroll?
Oh, I mean, yeah, if you want to. Ishtar, you were gonna say you were gonna do something?
Yeah, can I just how big is this drop?
Like 20, 30 feet. Oh, from there,
Oh,
that's when it starts to merge back down to ground. So that is like maybe a 5 foot, 10 foot kind of walk down.
I'll just jump down over there.
Oh, so you mean you could have taken
The stairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
second walk around? Oh, okay.
We live life on the edge here.
15,
All right.
14. Ervin, you jump, and Aetherion, it's a little wobbly, but you're able to catch Ervin without too much damage. He's fairly light, and you're able to grab on before he hits the ground.
And I'm gonna go wee all the way down.
And just as like that happens, and I put him down, Ishtar walks up and goes, "Oh, there's stairs." Like,
I'll just point in that
there-
direction.
I took the elevator.
What's that?
So as all this is happening, are you guys like actually this close to the owlbear? Like this would be the only way to do this? I just want to verify. Are you staying this
Can I
close?
roll another stealth roll just to stay hidden over here?
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Ishtar, you
guess
can
I
do
would
that.
have had to if he's jumping down.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would have run to
wherever-
grab him.
He has
Wherever
to be.
Aetherion is.
I will. Let's see. Do I get a sense that this is a real owl bear at this point?
Yes. Yes. This is very much real.
Okay.
A real threat. A real beast. Okay.
Guys, I think it's just an
It's
owlbear
like-
trying to open a box. I don't think
It's
it's.
fine.
Well, I mean, it could literally anyway.
19. Ishtar, you're still
yeah, it's
stealthed.
just it's like I can try to open that for you if you'd like.
It kind of nudges the box towards you. It looks and starts to get a little startled at everything moving around it. So with Aetherion and Ervin coming down, you getting a little closer, you can tell it's starting to get a little bit more tense. And so it's kind of backing up.
I'll pat her.
Okay, do an animal handling check for me.
Okay, well, let's see. The last
Uh-oh.
one gets up.
Say goodbye to your
Hey,
hand.
Okay.
Say goodbye.
Oh
No.
my god!
I am going to use the damn re-roll because yes,
Okay, there you go. As
It's
you,
so awful.
it's
We have like
get-
we have inspiration.
you get one free re-roll per session just as a homebrew thingy. So if any of you have seen Harry Potter, which I would assume you guys have, the Goblet of Fire, I believe, when Harry learns to ride the hippogriff and he does his little pat, that is what's happening between Guthrie and this owlbear. The owlbear is like very majestically bowing its head, and Guthrie is giving it a very cautious stroke of the beak.
What's Harry Potter?
Come on.
What? How dare you utter those words in front of me?
Just kidding.
Guthrie, jump on and ride it into the sunset.
It sprouts actual wings and just takes off.
it's like I am not writing it, nor am I naming it Buckbeak. Please stop.
Boo.
What about
Um,
Clawbeak?
And it's like, so I will take a look at the box
Mhm.
and see. It's so you say it looks welded shut.
Yeah, like it almost looks like a solid block, but it's a hollowed metal box. So, like you can't see any seams, you can't see any like hinges or anything. It's a very weird metal crate. But as you get close, you see it shake a little.
So I'm guessing like yeah, is this magical in origin? Like I don't know. That would probably be like I don't know how I would be able to tell that.
Yeah, it's like, can we tell
I
if this
don't-
is magic or if it's just metal?
It's just metal, as far as you can tell. It's just it looks like a metal box. Shakes again,
just-
and you hear a faint
Is-
little sound from the inside.
Is it thick metal or is it?
You wouldn't be able to tell from where you're at. It just looks
Okay.
like a box, a metal box, shiny metal box.
Is there any that actually work? Is there so there are no scenes? Is there anything that looks like an impression, like maybe to put a hand or something of that sort?
Do an investigation check for me, as you kind of see the
Uh,
box shake around a little bit again. Every few seconds, it kind of rattles almost.
Can I look too?
Yeah,
What?
I
Wait,
use,
was
it'd
that a
be
and
perception?
investigation.
yeah.
if I find something, can I use my smith's tools to try and crack it open or something?
Oh,
Sure. 11 and a 9. You can't find
have
any
you
sort of way to open it.
have you mentioned that you had any skills as a smith before?
I
I don't
don't remember.
think so.
This is my
It's
first
like,
time learning about it.
Me too.
all right, because here's what I would do otherwise. Since since he's a carpenter, it's like this, like I said, this isn't really my forte, but I can sort of look at it and see if I can figure anything out and figure out how to open it. Um,
I
hmm.
smith's tool knowledge it, whatever that would be.
Smith's
Are
tool knowledge.
you like are you are you a like are you a smith, a forager, and well, I mean
I
that
apprenticed with my father when I was a young man and learned a great deal. It was my
hmm.
primary trade before moving on to other things.
Ah, always a pleasure to meet another tradesman. Yeah, if you want to take a look at this, I'm sure our friend here would be very appreciative.
Okay. So as you,
Metal, right? So I know metal. I know how to
yeah,
do
you've
something there. I hope.
you've got some ideas there. Guthrie and Ervin, what you do find while you're looking at it, you don't find any way to open it or any special keyholes or anything like that. You do see the faintest little indentation, or there's a specific name for it that I can't think of. There's a sigil, an emblem, some sort of a mark that kind of shows who made the box / what company supplied the item. That you take note of. I will send you what that symbol looks like at a later date, but there was a symbol that you noticed. Didn't ring any bells for either of you, though.
Well,
Mhm.
Suspicious.
sorry. While Ethereum's doing that, can I look around to see if there's anything else in the area that might open the box or be like a key? Like,
Yeah. Do a investigation check.
Key's just right there. Oh,
Ethereum, for you, let's do a well,
why am I getting such shit rolls?
Can I help?
Sure. Which one are you helping with, Ethereum or Erevin?
Ervin.
Okay.
I need it.
Yeah, you
All
can
right,
help him.
I
oh, that was almost a 2.
It's not even better, but -2 sucks.
A -2 and +3.
Only 1.
So
yeah.
no keys are found, nothing to open the box. You do find, and you do see the two. There was 2 humans that were seemingly like driving this cart. They appear so. One is an older man, and one's a younger, maybe a teenage boy, that have been killed by this owl bear. You see that they kind of have the same emblem that Ervin you saw on the box. You still don't know what it is, but they seem to be part of some sort of a group, and they have some small weapons with them, like daggers, a short sword, and have like their own journal notebooks that's detailed their way here, where they came from, which they came from Waterdeep. They've been traveling for a handful of days, and then they
Th-
go ahead.
Does it mention anything about what's in the box or what they're doing with it?
It
What's in the box?
just mentions it's an important delivery that they needed to make up in Bryn Shander.
Where the heck is this, guys? And I'm gonna wave the paper.
I'm trying to think who
I
would
Try
have.
to read it as he flips it around. Like, that's it.
I get what they. Yeah, you might want to stop that so he
Oh, here.
actually read it. Yeah.
What if
I'm
what if
going.
they
So this. So those symbols, before I forget this, those symbols are they like those emblems are they like badges or anything of that nature?
They look kind of like, um, uh, it's almost as if it's an identifying symbol to show ownership of something. So like in the realm of wood craftsmanship, it would be like if after you made a piece of furniture and you were selling it to a customer, you would put this
Right.
symbol on it to show, hey, I made this thing, to have some sort of
Okay.
like some popularity behind it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Good.
Okay.
I don't recognize the symbol, I assume.
No, not the symbol. None of you know about Bryn Shander either. You know about Waterdeep, obviously that's fairly common, but Bryn Shander, none of you have been to a place called Bryn Shander.
Nope.
What if they
Although I
throw the
know
egg
where it
somewhere
is.
else and the owlbear's been following them?
Could I Smith tool the box?
Yeah, I was
Or
trying to
does it
think if I
roll
wanted
with
to do like a straight strength check or a sleight of hand check. I feel like it would be a strength because it's Smith tools.
Sure.
That feels right.
I don't know if I could possibly help with that, but
I'm good with
Mm,
thieves' tools
And what I
sometimes.
get another plus
good with
2 because
these
I'm
tools.
proficient with the Smith's
I'm
or
better.
sorry, plus 3 because I'm
What do you
proficient with
have?
the Smith's tools.
I don't know.
Yes,
Plus
plus
6.
3, yeah.
Plus
Yeah,
7.
See, I'm better.
Okay, so
I can roll my
yeah, if you want to help Guthrie, yeah, you can. I would say the thieves tools for the two roguish boys in the back, it probably wouldn't help.
We're just over here arguing about who's better at lockpicking anyway.
See what Guthrie rolls.
So are you? So I can roll. Like, what do you want me to roll? I suppose is
For you, let's do I think we've been doing acrobatics. Does that sound right? No.
For
Yeah.
what?
For like big item wood stuff. Is that what we've been doing with your carpenter's tools? Or woodcarver's tools?
if it's big, it would be if it's bigger things, it would be carpenter's tools, and that's strength. If it's smaller, then that would be wood carver's tools,
Oh,
and
yes.
that would be
So let's do strength, yeah, for the bigger items.
Guthrie's really good
okay.
at strong
So
things.
is this a strength check or a carpenter's tool?
Just a
It'd
strength
be
ability check.
strength, but then add your proficiency.
And
Yeah.
here I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be like, Guthrie, you can do it, and blah 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 blah, and I'm gonna do bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Okay.
I can give it to Ethereon too.
So Ethereon, if you'd like to add to it, you can.
Was it?
All right.
Number is it?
1d4
D6. Is it D4?
or
Okay.
1d6. Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me.
I think it is a D6.
So many dice.
I have. It's 1d6.
So my total is 22.
Okay.
Mine is 16.
Okay. So with
Plus your
both of you,
proficiency.
oh yes.
So 19. 19 and 22.
So as you are both hulking at this metal box, it takes a few seconds, but you start to hear it break, and you see little fractures. And then the owlbear kind of helps out by pushing its talon? I don't know what the heck they have, on the box, and it starts to split open.
Yeah.
Talon.
sounds right.
Yeah, that feels right. And eventually you break this box open to find an owlbear cub trapped inside.
Oh, how is it breathing?
Now let's murder the mother and bring it back to camp.
Perfect. And then we'll find a dog.
Excellent. It's all coming together.
And the owlbear cub runs over to the owlbear, who then looks at all of you and kind of nods, and then kind of slowly backs away, and you see the two owlbears run off into the distance.
Guys, I think it imprinted on me.
Oh,
Is it still here?
It's way over here now.
they're running.
Starts to head towards a cave.
All right. Well, I mean, they're dead. Is there anything that they have that might be useful or interesting?
I got their secret diaries.
The journal would be the thing of most interest to you guys. You all do get 10 gold as well, which I will add. But that was about it. They were traveling pretty light.
I'm rich.
What the heck? They didn't have any food or anything?
Uh,
They've been traveling for like 4
we can
days
eat
and they didn't have
them.
any food?
Why would it-
We could.
I am curious why they wanted now bear cub though, and why they then thought it was a.
I'm curious why it was in a welded box.
I know. Were they like, what are these guys?
How?
Poachers?
the world may never know.
Well,
Let me see.
me
If it
as
starts
the
those-
player, I have a guess, but Guthrie doesn't.
Okay. Anything else you want to do here before continuing on?
I want to cast Speak with Dead, but I don't have it.
Same.
Speak with you can speak with the dead horses. That'll be. Oh wait, no.
Dead people dead.
Let's move them. I know that.
Guthrie's
move-
better with animals.
I want to move. Like, let's move them out of the way so they won't be in the path of anyone else who's traveling through here.
And then I want to pose them like they're picking each other's nose.
Okay. You're able to successfully move everything out of the way, and Ervin puts them in a nice pose for future oncomers.
I don't think that's very nice.
What?
They're digging for
What
gold.
the hell did that hag do to you?
What do you mean?
Oh, gosh.
I take them out of the pose and kind of.
These guys are
Grabs-
probably bad. They deserve
Well,
to have
we
a bad-
don't know that. And I grab
But
some
we don't
stones
not
and
know it
just,
either.
well, whatever. And I put some stones on them, like a little just makeshift thing.
Okay.
Mm.
And anything else before you head off?
When they're not looking, I'm gonna put them back in the pose.
Okay.
I don't care enough to even bother, moving it. So I'm just going to like
I probably don't notice.
get
Yeah, you
back
don't
on,
notice.
go back, get back on the horse, and kind of keep going.
Okay. I need to get rid of this real quick. Ignore that.
A dragon!
It's all fake. Don't listen. Okay, so it's a fairly.
We made it back
uneventful-
here.
Just
Guys, we went the
don't
wrong way.
Don't
We went in
worry.
circles.
You make your way you make your way over to Thunder Tree. Ervin and Guthrie kind of leading the way since you have been here first, but with Aetherion and Ishtar kind of knowing from the journal what to be looking for as a place. It's very ruined. It's a pretty rundown town. The familiar oh my gosh, where's my stuff? Familiar like greenish fog kind of over this rune town as you get there. Here we go. Finally, jeez. You have that bitter smell of sulfur lingering in the air, and as you guys start to approach Venomfang's tower, you hear someone speaking to the dragon. You can't see anything, but as you're getting closer, you can hear a conversation has started to happen. You're not inside of the dragon or whatever they're talking to, but you can hear what's going on, kind of a deal.
You said inside. It's like, why would we be inside of the dragon? Not yet. Maybe.
Okay.
We've been
Anyway,
consumed.
I'm
Donkey.
not king shaming here.
Don't.
Oh, he might eat us, is what I meant, but we can go that way too.
Hmm.
So do
All right.
so anything you'd like to do before continuing forward?
I'm gonna tell everyone how I'm really good friends with this dragon and we have good history.
And
I
I'm
don't know if I
going to-
believe that.
Yeah, and there's a good reason. You shouldn't.
And Ishtar can see right through it.
Can we just listen in, I suppose?
Yeah, and try to figure out.
Oh,
who
Uh,
it
you
is.
can't see right
Oh,
through.
that's true. He can't. So Ervin, yeah. Okay, good call.
Yeah,
Get that rolling. So
Guthrie shoots him down.
if everybody can make a stealth check first to make sure you don't
Sorry,
get
boys.
seen.
How do I
All right,
roll
yay! Stealth check with the paladin. Woo!
How do I roll disadvantage?
Because it auto rolls, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you click
Yeah.
on it. We'll just have to roll twice. I didn't even think about that. I don't know why.
Just take off your armor.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do any of the, all the things you used to be able to do where you could roll things and
Dude,
then,
Matt,
well,
Yeah.
shit.
Hmm.
Never mind.
You don't
Jeez.
need
So
it.
I'll screw it.
You're talking shit about me.
Wow, that
Well,
was really
yes.
high for almost everybody. Ervin, you passed, but barely.
Thank God.
Okay, and then now I need everyone to do a perception check that is listening into the conversation. If you
Is it
aren't,
darker now?
yeah,
Wow.
it's getting darker. We're like probably evening.
Did we just
That
we
was-
just
that
both
was
got
weird.
3? What the heck?
Oh,
How
yeah,
do I? Did you do the disadvantage for me, or did I do that?
Mm,
Someone?
I did not. So if you did it, it was all
I
you.
think it might auto roll it because you have heavy on.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's probably why.
I'll bust some other stuff to roll twice then.
Yeah.
Good thing.
We can't hear anything.
Oh, fuck you. It's a 19.
We're so. Oh my God.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use my reroll.
Oh yeah, you can use your reroll, Ishtar. This would be, I think, the Guthrie. Yeah, everyone will have used it if they used it right now.
I'm gonna keep it since he rolled well.
Okay, so Guthrie and Ishtar, you can hear everything, and you will then be relaying the information to the other two. So, what you hear and see, all of you can see, but only the two of you can hear. You see that the voice speaking to the dragon is a tall, lanky figure cloaked in long black robes with a hood over its head. Its back is to you, so you can't see. Don't just ignore the fact that there's two people here. There's only one. But you can't see the face of this being. But in a deep, commanding, but yet kind of like soft voice, you hear, Venomfang, I must implore you. The stone of which you possess means nothing to you. You are far stronger and more powerful than it could ever achieve. Leave this measly human artifact with me, and make room for greater treasures. I can make you greater than any other dragon before you. You would reign supreme as the mightiest worm, the largest serpent in the sky. No one would dare speak your name other than in pure reverence. And after a few moments pass, the dragon Venomfang responds, intrigued but defiant, saying, Save me your flattery. Your feeble machinations and mind games are nothing compared to the raw power that courses through my veins. Your insidious hunger for intellect pales in comparison to the majestic strength that defines my very essence. You, with your twisted tendrils and pitiful psychic tricks, are but a fleeting nuisance in the grand tapestry of existence, while you skulk in the shadows, feeding off the remnants of others' thoughts. I soar high above, a creature of fire and might. Your attempts to manipulate minds are nothing more than the feeble rattling of chains against the indomitable spirit that defines a dragon. So, Mind Flayer, slither back to your dark corners, for the realms of power you seek are beyond the feeble grasp of your mind. Your existence is a mere footnote in the epic tale of dragons, and your feeble attempts at intellect pale before the brilliance of our ancient wisdom. And with a large roar, Venomfang stands on its back 2 legs, stretching its wings and body high into the air, showing its magnificence. And as he crashes back onto the ground with his front legs, the ground shakes, branches fall out of the trees and kind of surround you. As green smoke starts to pour out of his mouth, a sign of fire to come, the Mind Flayer speaks again. You will regret this decision, Venomfang, for there are mightier dragons than you not far away, and others that would side with us if provoked. Your immortal days are numbered, worm. And as Venomfang starts to breathe a bright green stream of flame towards the Mind Flayer, a rippling portal materializes, resembling a shimmering curtain of multicolored lights. The hues shift and blend in an ethereal dance, reflecting the myriad planes of existence. The ambient sounds seem to distort, creating an eerie symphony as the boundaries between dimensions blur. The Mind Flayer disappears in the portal as the flame engulfs the last position in an inferno. And after a few minutes, you all hear, "I know you're in there, travelers. Show yourselves while you still have a chance to move."
What's he saying, Ishtar?
I'm just out of breath from just relaying the whole entire paragraph.
I want to quickly ask Guthrie and Ervin if they know how powerful is this dragon.
Oh, he's really weak.
Deception check, please.
You clearly would like to die, wouldn't you?
I don't know. There's different tiers of dragons. I just don't know.
I'm just really mad at him for last time when he pushed me with his nose.
We killed another dragon like a couple days ago. I mean,
We could rip off this one's wing too.
No.
How about we just talk to him?
No, do not put me in that situation. It's like, I think, like, do I know what age he is? I think I do. Me. But
you and Ervin would know that he's at least an adult green dragon.
that's what I thought.
From
Yeah.
the size, you may not know the exact age.
All right. Then, so I think he's at least an adult green. I wouldn't want to take him on, but our sorcerer, who knows?
No, I don't want to take him on. I'm just saying
Okay,
he's
cool.
weak.
Oh,
Is he
all right. I hope he also can't hear. Oh wait, he can read minds.
There's no way. He can only sense us.
He can sense you. He already wants us to come forward before he decides, to act.
All right,
Which I'm going
I go.
to do.
Wait, hold on. I can make you look like a dragon. You could pretend to be a baby.
Stroll on up.
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
He's
What's up, big boy?
not that dumb. Are you kidding me?
So it sounds like you're all gonna go approach Venomfang.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure before I force you down a path that you weren't wanting. So you approach Venomfang, and he's already looking in your direction when you come out from like behind the bushes and trees, and he's just sitting there snarling.
Right.
You can see the smoke come off of him as he acknowledges you all get close to him.
Great Venom Fang, we meet again.
Ah, yes, Guthrie. I've been waiting to see you again.
Hi.
Quickly turns his head over to you and snarls, "You not so much."
I missed you too.
Please don't eat him.
How much did you hear?
Well, I heard absolutely nothing.
He's being honest, that's for sure.
Fair.
The conversation with the Illithid, I pretty much heard all of it.
No, I definitely heard all of it.
And Ishtar, you do have a very intense background with Illithid and Mind Flayer being from the Underdark. Already, kind of knowing where they're from, what they do, how they attack and fight. So you're fairly well versed in Mind Flayers and Illithid. And as you talk to Venomfang, he responds back and says, "I don't know why. I've been recently bargained with by mind flayers and goblins and werewolves, but it's starting to get on my bad side.
We can take the stone if you don't want to deal with them anymore.
He quickly turns to you and he goes, "You think that you're just going to take something from my horde? Do you know how to deal with dragons?" He
Do
just,
they want
he
the thing
just
from you?
shake it off. Just, you know. I don't know.
I was kind of like, look at a tree, and I'm like, what? Sorry, what
Sorry,
was
what?
that?
Were
Something
you
there?
talking to me?
You're a dragon?
Austin,
Yes.
this is out of character, but does my House of Tuin have any dragons?
No, they do not.
Okay.
So Ervin, you had asked like what are they trying to get the stone for you for or something?
Yeah.
Yes. So Vinifang responds and tells you that yes, he does have a black fragment of some ancient magic empire in his hoard, and over the last few months, different creatures have been attempting to steal, bargain, or kill for this gem. However, they've all proven nothing more than a snack. This was the first time, though, an Illithid has approached, and Venomfang is still not sure their intentions with the fragment. And then after a moment, Venomfang says, "If this shard means so much to you, how about a trade?" He looks at Aetherion a little bit more intently. "I won't give the fragment to anyone else, no matter the opportunities. If you help me retrieve something of even more value," and he looks at Erevin. "A few years ago, I had a mate. We lived in the wood of Sharp Teeth to the south. Verathrax and I were together for a long time before we had our first egg. Unfortunately, the egg was stolen and Verathrax slaughtered in our nest. I searched all of Faerun looking for the egg and the rodents that killed my love. I tracked them to Neverwinter Wood and have constantly searched since making my new home in these ruins. Nothing had come of my searches until recently, when a goblin I had eaten voiced something about the closest they've been to a dragon egg is that Ruxithid had. I know of no such Ruxithid, but find my egg, return it to me, and the shard is as good as yours. Scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. Softly, that is. Wouldn't want to hurt you."
So are you just talking to Aetherion, or like are we all involved?
He growls and looks at all of you again. Just doesn't even say anything. Just menacingly looks.
I didn't write that down because I assume it'll be in the quest log.
Yes, I'm going to get that going. If you all accept it, I will
I-
activate.
I assume that we've all kind of heard of dragons. Would we know, like, are they pretty, like, what's the word? I guess noble, like, that they would, you know, be true to their word, sort of thing.
Yeah, this is tricky. I would
Yes.
say.
You
Wow.
better.
Yeah, that's high deception. Yeah, in essence, you know, dragons are very, especially green dragons, are very much deal breakers, or not deal breakers, deal brokers. And normally, most dragons that go into a deal with humans or other creatures end up holding their end of the bargain.
He gave us stuff before. I think he's telling the truth.
I mean, I guess I could. Not that would be very good. But...
Are you kidding me?
I know how to read dragons.
Very, very truthful Venom thing.
All right.
Oh,
I mean,
I wanted it so bad.
I'm cool with that. You guys cool with that?
Yeah, we'll get you.
I like
It
quests.
would be my honor.
Okay, so I will activate the quest for you all. Also, specifically, Erevin, I never made this quest live. That's my fault. But you had a quest called Leyland's Assailants from your letter, and you have successfully completed it. Just FYI.
Yay! So I get experience.
You will get renown with the Harpers.
Perfect.
I will send you kind of stuff behind that. So, let me set
What?
this.
Upon... Go ahead.
would there be also a kind of a quest as well for me to return to the House of Tuin?
Yes, I am in the process of making those.
Okay.
On accepting his quest, I kind of like stand up tall and do like a little bit of like a bow almost.
Okay.
I accept your offer, Dragon.
He kind of bows back more mockingly, like knowing he's the alpha, but like, okay, I'll do it to be nice, kind of a thing. He bows back and he goes, if you are successful in retrieving my egg, this shard is yours, and I will give you any other information I have. Okay.
Like I said, is it in the thing?
Oh, it should be. Let me make sure that I made it
yeah.
active.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, first, who are you?
What color is your egg?
Probably green.
He describes it as a like a pastel green color, and it's about the size of like a wagon wheel almost. It's a fairly large egg, but easy to carry, and they can lay dormant for years if they're not actively incubated by a dragon. So even though it's been taken, it's still very much liable to hatch if brought back to a nest.
Ethereum watch Game of Thrones.
So, okay. Anything else before heading towards Old Owl Well?
We don't. Okay, so we don't know a location for this thing. Though.
No, what you know is Ruxithid. Yeah, you know of a potential person called Ruxithid. And as you guys start to head towards Old Owl Well, this is kind of where we'll end the session tonight. But as kind of a recap, what you have learned is one, the shard in Leyland has already been taken by this group of werewolves, or whatever this group is that's looking for these. The shard in Leyland has already been taken. You know that the werewolves and the orcs of Wyvern Tor had some sort of connection, but you don't know exactly what just yet. The werewolf in Leyland mentioned the words Zorzula's Rest, which you remember from the orcs in Wyvern Tor, the gem that the orc shaman had said, find the shard at the rest and bring it to me. Or find the shard and bring it back to me at the rest. And then with...
Sorry, who? Oh, the voice said that.
Yeah, the voice in the gems, yeah. And then with what Venom Fang says, one, the Elithids, mind flayers of some sorts are after these shards as well. The Venom Fang has been kind of belligered by a lot of different creatures, all looking for that shard, and has heard of goblins that have been close to a dragon egg, and they said they knew of someone called Ruxithid that had one. So, putting all that together for you. Mm-hmm.
With this information that we have, would we be able to guess that the mind flayers are the ones who are speaking to Assyrian?
Through the gem? I mean...
Or just through telepathy?
Well, probably. I mean, we learned from the orcs that they kind of just appeared and vanished like you did with the portal. Gave them these weird gems, and then the orcs kind of were like werewolfy hybrid things or something or other. So I assume those would be the weird, mysterious people that were meeting with the orcs, yeah. And then also the goblin had like a psychic-y thing, so they're probably somehow in cahoots with them too. They're all in cahoots to some degree.
Mind flayers. That's Baldur's Gate all over again.
And Ishtar, I will send you all the background that you know about mind flayers, just so you have that in your back pocket. And then I'm gonna work on some House Tuin stuff for you as well.
I'm also currently trying to write that letter.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like next session heading towards Old Owl Well to look for the last shard. Oh, the other thing, you know that Venifang has one of the shards. Okay.
Yeah.
So sounds like for next session going to Old Owl Well looking for the shard there. And then going back to Fandolin to kind of relay your information,
And
gather your thoughts.
How far was Tribor as well?
Tribor from Old Owlwell would be like half a day or so ride. They're kind of everything's kind of a half a day where you're at right now.
Do you guys want to go to Tribor too? I don't know if there's anything there, but that's where there was a shard, and then that's where the werewolf, or not the werewolf, the orc contracted from there.
I can check it out.
Might be able to learn something there. Sure.
Just a code basis.
Now did Vennerfang mention where the goblin had come from that mentioned Rock Sithid or
No, Neverwinter Wood.
All that
Neverwinter.
Yeah, which technically you are in Neverwinter Wood. He doesn't know where the goblins came from. He just knows that there was a group of them that came looking for that shard, like the werewolves and the orcs and the Illithid kind of had done before, other than the Illithid had done before. He doesn't know exactly where they came from, but he does mention they kind of had a faint green glow to them. But other than that, he said the only thing that he heard them talk before he ate them was something about seeing another dragon egg that Ruxithid had.
I want to ask
All
him
right,
why
so-
he's trusting us over everybody else, because he said that he would only give this deal to us.
Okay. He looks at you and goes, I've seen you twice now, and 2 encounters with a dragon is not something to take lightly. There must be something that's putting you in my path.
Don't argue. Just okay.
Etherion's even picking up on what happened before. Like, oh gosh, it's happening again.
Just say okay.
Okay,
Smile and
yeah.
nod.
Okay, I'm gonna smile and nod.
So maybe we'll go Old Owlwell, drop by Tribor to see if we can learn anything there, and then maybe we go back to Fandolin to see if Gwen figured out anything. I suppose.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
I'm asking, like,
No, because I think that's not a bad idea. Because if the goblins had that green glow too, we probably want to know more about it before we go and do anything else with it. So no, I agree.